Hello everyone. Welcome back to Lindseys Builds. So I thought I would pop in a little live stream. So we're going to be here for about an hour and a half. So yeah. So we're going to do a little bit of decaling and possibly a little bit of painting and stuff like that. So I hope everybody can hear me and see me. So yeah. So if you can hear me okay, please give me a yes in the chat, would be much appreciated. It looks very, very low on these bars, so it looks as though I'm only just coming through. So yeah, audio and video is okay. Cool, brilliant. That's what I like to hear, guys. So we're going to do the air wing from the GRAF ZEPPLIN. I managed to complete 6 of these planes, 6 of them. So we're going to do these other 3, these 109s, and try and get the little tiny decals on. Yeah. God bless my eyes. Right, okay, so we'll start off with chat. Sprue and Glue says hi Lindsay and all in Jutland. And then I said hello Sprue. Then we've got Apple in from our Bonnie, Scotland. And he says evening Lindsay, Sprue and whoever else pops by. Sprue and Glue says hi Apple. Sprue and Glue says audio and video is okay. Apple says hear you and see your hand. Ooh. We got Mac Creative in. Hello there, Dale. And he says evening everyone. Evening there. And we got that other Mark in, and he says hi one and all. Hi there, Mark. We got Apple in, and he says hi Dale. And Mark Smods is also in, and he says hello everybody. Welcome in, guys. Apple says hello Mark too. And the other Mark says hi Apple. He also says hi again Mark. And we've got Mr. Following Ghost in too. Hi there, Following Ghost. Nice to see you. Hope you're good. And he says afternoon everyone. And Mark Smith says hello the other Mark. Yeah. So we'll just take it nice and steady tonight. We got Chorberton Junction in, and he says hey Lindsay. And he also says hey everyone. Welcome in there, Chorb. Mark's Mod says hello Ghost, and he also says hello CJ. And he says hi Apple. And Apple says hi Ghost and Tony plus JJ. Chorberton Junction says hey Mark. Following Ghost says hi Apple, Sprue, Dale and other Mark and CJ. Chorberton Junction says hey Apple. So I'll try and keep up the chat as much as possible. The other Mark says hi Ghost. If you can hear rattling sounds, it's me eating a sweet. Yeah, because I've been hammering that vape. It's giving me a bad chest. Right. The other Mark says hi Ghost. He also says hi CJ. And Chorberton Junction says hi Following Ghost. The other Mark says hi Sprue. Chorberton Junction says hey, and hey the other Mark. So let's get organised. And Chorb says JJ says hi Apple. I take it JJ is the dog, is he, Chorb? It's definitely not a hamster. How's that railway coming along anyway? We're still doing the baseboard. pair of tweezers, and we want brush. Where's that brush? There it is. Apple says, thing is, Tony, have you sorted out that wee problem on tracking? Spoon Glue says, hi, Mark. CJ goes, JJ, a big laugh. CJ says, sure is, Lindsay, a lurcher, and the railway is starting to take shape after a faltering start. Oh, wow. Mark's Mod says, hi, Sprue. Job says, hey, Sprue. Right, you have to excuse me for a minute while I put some decals on. That's it. That's it. If you go over there, here we go. We'll get one on. Drop that down back in the water. I hate doing this job. It's so tedious. Otherwise, I just didn't supply stickers and I could stick them on. Take a little bit out of this. Job says, Mark's Mod says, hey, Sprue. Job says, hey, Sprue. Job says, yes, Apple, I think I now have got to grips with it. Excited to start on the scenery. Ooh, wow. You know, that's the best bit I like about a railway, when the scenery is being built. I can sit there for hours, train exhibition, just, you know, studying all the work that's gone into it. It's not quite straight yet. So nice and straight, yes. I'll catch up with the chat in a minute. That's that one on. Job says, to be honest, Lindsay, I enjoy making the scenery probably more than running trains, but don't tell anyone. I mean, I appreciate all the hours these railway enthusiasts have put into the scenery, you know, such great skills. Come on, over there, like you're supposed to go. It looks straight and level. Spoon Glue's laughing his head off. Okay, so we're going to flip it over and do the underneath. Spoon Glue says, choo-choo, choo-choo. It's nice to see everyone anyway. Wasn't sure whether Ninja was on tonight, but we can't see anything on his channel. So, but if he does do a pop-up, I shall only be half an hour, kind of like running over the top of him anyway. So, you have to have 6 decals per plane on this one. 9 people in, 7 thumbs up. Cool. These decals don't take a lot to get off their backing, actually, these ones. Spoon Blue says, still nothing showing, Lindsay. No. Well, I hope Ninja's all right. You know. So. Tiny little dotty things, aren't they? Kind of looks there. Nope. Come on, don't play silly persons with me. No, it looks just about there, just about. People are just dropping by. It's nice that they've come in and had a look. I tell you, I was talking to Sprue earlier, and I said to him I was really, really itching to go into the stash and get some Warhammer out. And I thought, no, you best not, because you still got a lot on at the moment. Still got a lot to do here. Ooh, that one's grabbed. Nice. Nice. I've got to try and soften that up. Try and get some water underneath the decal. There we go. So what have you guys been doing today anyway? Anything exciting? Are you working on anything, or what you've been working on? I think that looks in the right position. Screw and Blue says Warhammer, laughing his head off. He also says shops are closed now. I don't need to go to a shop. I've got stashes of it. Absolutely stashes of it. Keep moving away from the camera, don't I? Okay, so now we're going to go for the difficult bit. So I need a pair of these tweezers. Turn it on its side. Try and get some more decals on. These are the last two on this one. Just trying to be professional here and pick that up with tweezers, but it didn't work. Just shows me, doesn't it? Apple says, between Warhammer kill teams, big bot sets and terrain, I have roughly £2,000 worth of stuff, so don't need any more, Lindsay. You're well set for life, then. Spoon Glue says, belly, sausage, Tom, sarnies, beverage, coffee, bench, T4M aircraft in 1/350 scale with a big wink. Well, tonight I've had chicken tikka masala with prelude rice. That nearly didn't come out properly. That could have been really something else. So that's what I've had. So what about you guys in Chatland? Apple says cheese and onion sausage rolls with baked beans, apple juice and coffee. Ooh, very nice, Apple. In fact, actually, what was it? I think it was about October time. I thought I was had in my brain that I was going to build a N-gauge little layout in my bedroom, but I thought, nah. I would build it, look at it, and then I'd probably rip it all up because I wouldn't do the train thing, you know what I mean? It's a little bit too much water on there. Or it would have just sat there. Because I actually saw the price of the rolling stock and stuff like that, and I think, wow, models cost less than that. And N-gauge stuff is very expensive, isn't it, Chorberton? Apple says shops may be closed, but online shopping's still active, Sprue. Yeah, you see there you go, Sprue. There you go. I don't need to buy any more. I've got plenty. Come on. So that's that one. One more decal to go on this plane, and that's another one down. It's like 10 green bottles, isn't it, hanging on a washing line. Ten little 109s hanging on a washing line. One little 109 got blown out the sky. That would leave 8 109s in the sky. I'm sure they've been doing something to my medication. Spoon Glue says, Lindsay put a bid on a new ship build. Chorberton Junction says, yes, N-gauge is expensive, relatively speaking. Hence, I went for OO. Mind you, I did consider TT 120 for about a second. Yes. Very expensive, that TT. Apple says, or Lindsay, wait 2 months, then buy a new sister's version of Chaos Talon Jump Marines. Yeah, they've got a lot of new stuff out now, haven't they? I did see that on the Warhammer website at Peterborough. Nothing that interested me, though, to be honest. That one's grabbed. Tell you what, if I put this camera up like that, that's better. Got a stubborn one here. Doesn't want to move. Oh dear. Oh, we got you. We got you. Oh, really? There we go. Spoon Glue says, I'm going for the trumpeter SS Jeremiah O'Brien, World War II Liberty ship, 1/350 scale. You will really enjoy building that. I enjoyed building my Liberty ship. Oh, really? Come on, play the white man. Once you get the water sucked out of it, it's all right. Okay, that's another one done. So that's that one done. Got all his little doddy markings on. So that's another one. Another one bites the dust. Here we go. So we'll do another one. Oh, wow. Eight people in. 9 thumbs up. So, Mr. Mods, what have you been working on in Ron's stream? Spill the beans. It's like I said to you, Spro, the only tedious bit with them Liberty ships, it's all that rigging. And we're rigging the cranes as well. But they are very, very enjoyable builds. Very enjoyable. I really enjoyed doing mine. I really did. So, 6 now. Ooh. It is late at night, so. Okay. Come on, sit still, you stupid plane. That's it. It's doing a hockey round the runway. about that. Yeah, I do apologise because there was no PPM stream today, but I was otherwise engaged. By the time I got home, I didn't really feel like it, so. But we shall do a Sunday stream, I think. Do a PPM Sunday stream to make up for Friday. Come on, sit still. Okay, that's that one. It's doing the skiddy red anyway. Sprue, I reckon you should come and do these decals for me, you know. What do you reckon, chat? I reckon you should, don't you? Thought, you know, he's my mate. He should be able to, you know, take the task. Take the task in hand, get some practice when he does this. Okay. Should we turn it over then? Sprue says, I think you should build my planes. No chance. No chance. I went cross-eyed building these ones. I look like Clarence, the cross-eyed lion. Does anybody remember that program? It was a family kind of show, wasn't it? Clarence, the cross-eyed lion. Yeah, Sprue says he does. You can tell Sprue used to watch stuff like that. I bet you used to watch the Clangers as well, didn't you, Sprue? The Soup Dragon. I remember the Clangers on the moon. on the moon. Right. I am looking for. There we go. Got it here. Oh, that nearly went underneath the paper then. Don't want to be doing silly things like that. See how that keeps springing back. Too much water. You're watching, not enough on there now, I bet. Oh, no, it's called me a liar. If you like a load of decals, buy a kit. So that's straight. Yeah, it's straight. Okay. Spoon Glue says, I love the clangers. Chorpson says, yeah, I remember Clarence, the cross-eyed lion, around 1965, I'm guessing. Probably was. Apple says, Panzer's favourite TV programme, The Clangers and the Soup Dragon. Chorp says, Dactari, if memory serves me. Yep. Apple says Dactari Tony. Spoon Glue says, if you like a load of chocolate on your biscuit, join a club. Wow. It's not a little bad platform, this, is it? That YouTube platform. At least it's doing the job I want it to, anyway. Okay, another one on. Job says, I used to love the clangers, but then I was at an age where I had been introduced to a lot of interesting substances around at that time. Oh dear. Yeah, substances. That leaves a wide open door, that does. Okay, so we've got to now put the side ones on. So we want 2 more. Now, I sure I had another row of them. Where did I put them? There they are. They're looking at me. Take one off. So I only want 2. There we go. Put him over there so we don't lose him. Intoxicating perfumes, you mean, Tony? He says, oh, yes, exactly, Apple. It's the female kind. I think we all go through that stage, though, don't we? That we get to a certain age. Well, we got to a certain age, And yeah, you lose all interest in other things, and then you're just like, It's the hormones, isn't it? The hormones. Chorb says, I was a musician in bands, so we'll leave it at that. Oh, yes. Yes. Spoon Glow says, oi, speak for your sen. I was a good boy, I was. I was a good boy. I just felt my halo drop to the floor. Job says, you tell him, Sprue, laughing his head off. I was innocent, I was. Quiet as a mouse and innocent. I blame YouTube for my corruption. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Damn thing. Damn. Okay, go to the other side. Round the outside, round the outside. So, my daughter's been talking to her friend now for about 2 hours on the phone. Whatever did they find to talk about? Apple says, I used to blame the sun. Page 3's, then Mayfair, then Penthouse. Apple's had all the magazines. You missed out, Razzler. Still got 7 people in. It's another one. It's another one to the collection. One more 109, and then we can get on with some painting. Paint. See if I can pick this single one up. So I said I'd be here for an hour and a half, so, or even 2 hours. I'll stay as long as people are in the chat. Apple says, when I demobbed from the RAF, I auctioned a wardrobe full of Playboy magazines for a well-worthy cause. I'm not even going to imagine what that worthy cause was. Spur and Glue says, did you have a good night on the winnings, Apple? This is painful, really painful. We got 10 thumbs up now. Thank you very, 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 very much. Put quite a few videos out there this last week and a half, guys. So if you could take a look, it would be much, much appreciated. Get them views going. Apple says, yes, Sprue, plus 6 tanks of fuel for my Suzuki motorbike to get me home to Scotland. Sprue's laughing his head with the motorbike, the moped symbol. I used to have a friend, and I used to be into motorbikes, and I talked my mate into buying a bike. So he says, he rang me up and says, oh, do you want to come round? I said, I bought a bike, I bought it brand new. So I said, yeah, all right. I said, I'll be round. So I goes round his house, and I says, all right, then show me what you bought. There was a Pooch Maxi sat in the garage. A Pooch Maxi. I just looked at him and I went, what the devil is that? Pooch Maxi. I went, seriously? I said, I thought you was going to buy a motorbike, man. Pooch Maxi. You could have run faster than those things. I suppose he had to start off somewhere, didn't he? Because they were the days where you could ride a 250 on a provisional provisional car license. Spoon Blue says, "Oh my God, I had one of them when I was 16." I could just imagine you on a pooch maxi. Oh dear. I've got these visions and I just don't want to go there. Spoon Blue says the old pedal and pop days, yeah. More pedal than pop. It's like those Yamaha AR 50 things, 150, 50. God, they used to make a hell of a racket. It's a horrible screeching sound. I was always mostly a 4-stroke motorbike man, 4 strokes. I only ever had 2 strokes, and that was a YD 250 Yamaha, and then I had the Yamaha RD 125. But I didn't keep them long. I soon got rid of them. Can't be the same an old good old 4-stroke. Apple says, I wrote to my lady friend that I had a new interest called Susie, and she thought I meant Susie Quattro and dumped me. Oh wow, Apple. Spru and Glue says, still nothing from Ross. Chorb says, the smell of a 2-stroker. Yeah. Spru and Glue says, Lindsay, you never got to the 4th stroke. We've got Dream Big and Small in, and he says, hello there. Nice to see you. You know, I started off with a Yamaha Honda 250T. Then I blew that up, and so I sold it for spares because I thought, oh no, I'm not gonna. It's going to cost too much to repair it because the old con rod was sticking out the side of the engine. So it would have been a new engine anyway. Then I came down a few cc's and I had a Honda 175 CB. Then I had the CB 200. Then I decided to go a little bit bigger. So I had the Honda 404. Kept that for 5 years. And then I had a Kawasaki 1100. And I had to sell that because we had just too many kids. You couldn't get all that. Couldn't get kids on the bike. So So I had to, yeah, go for my car test. I was gutted when I had to sell that bike. Absolutely gutted. Okay, Apple says hi, Corey. Spoon Glue says hi, Dream Beat. And we got William Nelson in, and he says hello. Hello there, William. Nice to see you. Spoon Glue says hi, William, and Apple also says hi, William. I don't like the look of what's just happened there because I've got decals run over the top of one another there. Come on, separate. That's it. That was a lucky. We're looking for volunteers to come and put more decals on these tiny little aeroplanes. Should cut the decals smaller, that will help. I've cut many smaller, I think I'll go blind. No, I know what you mean. Take one off at a time. I know what you mean. William says, hi, Sprue and Glue, and Apple says, sorry, I'm washing my hair tonight. No can do, Lindsay. Sprue and Glue says, I'm washing the cat. And it's Ron's changing his litter tray. Bless him. I think I'm going to have to put a bit of water on that one. No. Oh, it's being good. It's being good. There we go. Don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Corey says it's beard care night for me. Shampoo and set. Okay, we'll do the side ones now. Come on, be good. Oh, excuse me. And Athel says, and Tony will be fighting with JJ as it's Friday night, and that means bath night. Ooh, bath night for JJ. William says, my first bike was a 1965 650 Triumph, and my last bike was a 1200 Harley Davidson Nightster with a Vance and Heinz short shot exhaust. Nice bike. Yes, very nice bike. Nice. Yeah, you can't beat those bikes at all. Good bikes. I wouldn't even dare leave one of them bikes around my neighbourhood. God. They would only leave the handle grips. They'd probably steal them and all. Somebody'd probably pick them up and all. Park it outside your front door and it'd be stripped in about 10 minutes. Chorb says, not until the end of the month, Athel, always have one, then whether I need one or not. Wow. Okay. Last plane going to be very, 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 very stubborn. Try not to hold it too tight in these tweezers. I don't want to crush it. Come on, be good. There we go. Try and take the excess water off. Really? Stop it. Thank you. There's a bit of water in that wing. Okay. I think when they build these kits, they think, oh, they really like the aircraft carrier and will really punish them with the planes. Okay, next. Okay. Were your tail wings one piece? No, they were two separate parts. You're going to tell me yours are one, aren't you? Just to try and wind me up. Apple says that's what she said, stop it, but as usual I ignored her and felt the pain afterwards. Vicious female with talons. Wow. Yeah, exactly, Spirit. They are a nightmare. And I don't think much to the photo etch when you're doing the biplanes that you put between the wings. I think they should stop doing that because the photo etch is way too thin for it. They bend and break up if you're not careful. We've got Graham Ball in and he says, good evening all. Hello there, Gerbil. Sprue and Glue says, hi, Graham. Okay, so that's all the BF 109Ts all decaled. So all I got to do now is when the decals dry on the rest of them, I can put the lacquer over the top of the decals on these ones. So we've got all 6 planes decaled. It's only like took 3 days, you know. So they're all done. And another one. So that's all they've done. There we go. That's all them done. Sprue and Glue says, hi, Graham. Apple says, it's the gerbil. Evening, Graham. Graham Ball says, hi, Sprue. William says, hi, Graham. Graham Ball says, hi, Apple. He also says, hi, Sir William. Okay, so they're done. So we'll shift them back out of the way. Have a little tidy up and then do a little bit of painting. I shall stick around as long as you guys stick around. So once you all start dropping off, then I shall leave. Okay, so we don't need those scissors anymore tonight. Put those decals back in the bag so I don't lose them. I can find the bag. Here it is. Still got a lot more to go yet. Yeah. And these ones are extras for the extra planes I bought. So move that to one side. Okay. So I'm going to do the Stukas. So I'm going to paint the Stukas. Already got the underneath painted already, except for the tyre black on the wheels and the prop and stuff, and yeah, stuff like that, if you know what I mean. So we're going to do camo now. So what colour do I want first? I think we will go with 65, which should be, well, is the black green. Black green. I'm leaving the biplanes till last. I'm coward. Graham Ball says if those planes are 124th, then Lindsay must be a giant. Yep. Balloon Goose says they are on 350, Graham. I think you already knew that, but yeah, it's just yeah. There we have a blockage. Okay, don't want to really press on that, and it just goes everywhere. She's solid. There we go. You watch, I bet it makes me take the lid off the bottle. Graham Ball says, thank God, laugh out loud. Sprue is laughing his head off too. We've got 11 in and 11 thumbs up. Keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. Yes. The man from Del Monte, he said yes. Okay. Good job I'm not spraying these, isn't it? They're too tiny to spray. Okay. Got to do your own camo. They're not got straight lines, so it wants to be 1, 2, 3. That would be the outside, the inner bit. Just gives me a line. This is a nice relaxing part, this is painting. Just make sure it's not going underneath. That's it. No more chat yet. 12 thumbs up now. Thank you very much. It's always appreciated, guys. It really is. As usual, I put too much paint in the paint thing. As usual. I'll just put those on the rear. Just so as I can do the wings. Just hold your breath. Don't fall asleep now, guys. This one's got a squiggly bit. Squiggly. Squiggly wiggly. I'll do it. Okay. Catch up with the chat in a minute for us, any. I was looking high and low for this this colour. Couldn't find it anywhere. And my daughter says, "What are you looking for, Dad?" I said, I'm looking for this black green. I said, I can't find it anywhere. Lo and behold, she goes in the paint thing and she picks it out straight away. Couldn't see for looking, you see. She says, I think you'd better get a new pair of glasses. Okay. No more chat yet. All right. Yeah. This is going to be really, 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 really interesting. Nose is kind of like once you get your first lot of camo on, it's not too bad. need to kind of bring that further back now. That's it. Okay. So what I've got to do is copy that. Copy that. Probably won't be exactly the same, but when you're doing it freehand, it's a different story. Different story to Jack and Ari. As long as we can get it kind of, yeah. Still got 9 in. You guys must be sadists watching me paint. Get the bit of shakes. Get the hippie shakes. Can't keep still. Okay, so I've got Mr. David Markey in, and it says, "Evening, Lindsay." Hello there, David Markey. Nice to see you. He also says, "Evening, folks." David Markey says, "Sorry, didn't see you was on live." Not to worry, mate. David Markey says, "Hello, David." Jeff Light is also in. Jeff and Maggie. Hello there, Jeff and Maggie. And he says, "Hello, hi, Lindsay," and all in chat. David Markey says, "Hello, Graham." David Markey says, "Hello, William." He also says, "Hello, Apple." And he says, "Hello, Troy." And we've got Stephen Haynes in, and he says, "Hi, Lindseys Builds." Hello there, Stephen Haynes. And Stephen Haynes also says, "Hi, David Markey." David Markey says, "Hello, Stephen." William says, "Hello, David." David Markey says, "Hello, Jeff and Maggie." Stephen Haynes says, "Hi, Jeff and Maggie." I hope everybody is well. For those just come in, I am doing the air wing for the GRAF Zeppelin. So yeah. You've missed the painful part where I was putting decals on, tiny little decals on the 109s. Doing some little dotty painting at the moment. I think it's just a tail fin to do on now, I think. No, just got a little bit here to do on here. There we go. I think these planes can end up slightly a little bit different to one another. It doesn't matter. Can't be all copycats, can they? There we go. That's the second one done in the green black. Where's the other two gone? Oh, there they are. Okay, let's catch up with this chat. Just trying to think where we were in the chat. I'll take it from here. I probably said it before, but David Marcus says, hi, Jeff and Maggie. Stephen Haynes says, hi, Jeff and Maggie. Spoogaloo says, hi, all. Sorry, doing tiny wings right now. Apple says, evening, David M. Stephen Haynes says, hi, William. Apple says, evening, Jeff and Maggie. David Marcus says, oh, can you go back and do the decals again? Laughing his head off. No, nowhere. David Marcus says, I was going to add decals on the plane this afternoon. I knew I had them in my hand 30 minutes earlier, but do you think I could find them? I think we've all got that absent-minded thing. David Marcus says, found them now. They had dropped and they're leaning against the front of my computer. David Marcus says, what? Playing tricks. Loads of tricks. See, they're all ending up different, but hey ho. They've all got their own unique camo. William says, hi, Stephen. Got the shaky hands. Okay. that push up a bit. Okay, so I've got 15 thumbs up, 10 in. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated. So, Jeff and Maggie, what you been up to today? And you, Stephen and Dave? Well, I know what David Mark has been doing. He's been losing decals. So, what's everybody else been up to? My sister popped round today and she told me to say hi, guys. Hi, everyone. I've got a brain block here now. Oh, there we go. Like a load of chocolate on the biscuit, join a club. Okay. William says hi, Stephen. And we've got John Alec. Hello there, John. I hope you're well, my friend. It's been a while since we've seen you, and I hope you're really doing good, John. And he says hello, Lindsay, and all in the stream and chat. David Markey says hello to Gina, if she's watching. I don't think she'll be watching this time of night now. I think she'll be fast asleep. Apple says, well, this afternoon I have checked out all the bricks and instructions for the Kobe A10 Warthog that Celia sent me. Cool. David Markey says hello, John. Apple says hi there, John Alec. So you've been okay, John? Always thinking of you, mate. Okay. Okay. Apple says hi there, John Alec. John Alec says hi, mates, Apple and David Markey. 16 thumbs up, 10 in, 11 in. Nice. Always appreciate you guys, always. Excuse me when I go quiet when I do this. Concentrating, guys. Contemplating. Very, very, very much. I'll have to repaint that yellow underneath there now. Okay. So the man from Del Monte, he's a yeah. This one only has. Do this one a little bit different on here. Trying not to get it under the wings. Trying. It's not working. No more chat yet. Are you all holding your breath, guys? Definitely I'm going to touch up that yellow underneath it. That's why I'm a contortionist in our here. David Marcus says, "Can we breathe yet?" only till you go blue in the face. Sprue and Glue says, "Right, hi to all I missed. All tail wings are in place." Oh, cool. Glad you got it done, Sprue. Did you fill up your swear jar? Okay. So, oh, breathe, Lindsay, breathe. Nope, not once. Yeah. Yeah, that halo you got there, it's going to slip around your ankles in a minute. Definitely. Okay. Second round. Right, which ones did I do first? Get all this first lot of camo done, then I can do the second lot on the other one. The other green, which is a dark green. So this one's supposed to be a black green. I think Sprue and Blue's telling porkies. Don't you? 17 thumbs up now. 10 people still in. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Didn't expect that many people to come by today. It's always a bonus. This paint's kind of dried up in that tray. The man from Del Monte, he said, yeah. Definitely going to have to touch up the underneath. Definitely. So they've all more or less got their own unique camo pattern, really. So that's 1. We've got Mr. Dorcasaurus in. Hello there, Dorca. Nice to see you. And he says, hello, Lindsay and chat London people. You got your coffee? Apple says it's the Fluffy Rex. Hi, William. It's Mr. Fluffy. I missed a bit out on this plane. Dear, oh dear. Okay. Getting a square bum. David Markey says, hello, William. Sprue and Glue says, hi there, Dorca. Dorca says, hi, Apple and David. Dorca says, hi, Sprue. I like the little emojis. Cool. I'm going to have to start putting a bit of water to this, I think. It's getting really, really fancy, guys. Fancy. I thought, there's no way I'm sitting here masking all these off. No way, I'll do it freehand. That would be very, very brain consuming, that would. It'd be more or less like torture. You'd be risk breaking them as well. But we're doing okay. We're okay. That's the other one. Okay. Apple says, good, I just found my missing sprues for my Orc flyer under my bed. As usual, covered in dust. I'll be careful in case there's monsters under that bed, Apple. Sprue and Glue says, Lindsay is going all artistry and fartistry. Yeah, he's laughing his head off. John says, hiya, David, mate. Sprue and Glue. Sprue and Glue says, hi, John. Spur and Glue says, nice stream you had tonight. Yes. We shall go to the 2-hour mark and then we'll call it a night. So we've got about another 10 minutes or so. Yes, it's been a very, very enjoyable stream. It's nice to see everyone come in. It's really nice. Even those in the background who's watching in the background that's not in the chat. It's really, really nice of you guys. It really is. I do appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, Picasso's got nothing on me, Spru. Yeah, I've got to touch up that. So I'll be touching up the yellow. It's a shame, isn't it? I suppose really if I'd have used my brains, I could have put a little bit of masking tape under those wings and that wouldn't have happened. There you go. It's no biggie. It's no biggie. Oh, right.
Dog's in the bathroom.
I don't know where it was. Right, that's another one done. Okay, so Athol says Picasso, Chris and Matt. I was thinking more along the lines of Botchwell. Oh, Mr. Botchy, yeah. Mr. Bodger job. Dorcas says, I did manage to get the 79 Firebird in primer today. I'll start painting tomorrow. Oh, cool. That's good news. That's good news. Okay, so we'll finish this last one off. And then there's enough in the tray. Instead of Bodger job week, Bobber job, it's Bodger job. no biggie because, you know, just repaint underneath. Shan't be gluing these to the deck anyway. I should do it so they can come off just for cleaning purposes. I don't stick the aeroplanes to the builds, I just place them on. Because you'll go to clean it and you'll just have a set of wheels sitting there on your deck if you're not careful. Okay, so it's got all 4 of those painted. Well, the black green, and all I've got to do is paint the green in, which is that one, the dark green. That will be the next one in between, and then I've got to paint the prop and paint the cockpit. I should do that in silver like I did the others, and whack another set of decals on, and then that'll be the Stukas done then. So hopefully I shall get these finished up tomorrow. Depends on how long I spend at the bench. So I don't think I can change my camera here. I share screen. Let's mute. Nope, can't change my camera. So, no, I can't go up cam. That's a shame. So guys, John Scale Modelling says, I'm off, mates, going to make a curry. Be well. And you, John, mate, you take care, buddy. And Apple says, Vindaloo, John. And Dorcas says, we are having Popeye's chicken tonight. What is Popeye's chicken? Don't know what Popeye's chicken is. Can you enlighten me? The Popeye's chicken, huh? Just wait for Dorca to reply there. Popeyes is a fast food chicken place like KFC, but better. Okay, anything's better than KFC, especially here in the UK. David Marcus says Popeye chicken like KFC. Yeah, cool. So guys, got 18 thumbs up. Nice, thank you very much. So we're going to call the stream an end. 2 hours. So we've got quite a lot of progress done. We've got all the 109s done over there. Got all those done. They are now complete. They will be ready for their last lot of lacquering. I should just lacquer the decals. I should do it by hand brush and just make sure they stay on because they've already been lacquered anyway. And we've got those to finish. This will be the next lot to finish, all complete. And then I shall start on one of these others next after that. David Marcus says, but they have gone into liquidation. Oh. Well, not surprised, to be honest. David Marcus says, those planes look nice. Thank you very much, David. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So, guys, I shall be back on Sunday with a PPM stream, as we didn't do it earlier today, as I was otherwise engaged. Apple says, may as well do the remaining aircraft, seeing you have the paint out, Lindsay. No. No. I'm not sitting there 4 or 5 hours. Definitely not. I'm getting a square bum now. So, yeah, but I'm glad you enjoyed it, Apple. So, it's like I say, being we didn't get the PPM in today, it'll be 1 o'clock on Sunday after Michelle's stream. So be about 1, half 1, something like that. Talk says laugh out loud. So yeah, so we shall be carrying on with the Jupiter, I think, not unless I fancy doing something else. So other than that, guys, yeah, thank you very much for coming in. It's very, very much appreciated. A stream is not a stream without its chat. And yeah, you guys have been great tonight. Thank you. Much appreciated. And there's lots of thumbs up. And yeah, people have been following it. Yeah, you're very welcome, David Markey. Very welcome, mate. Thank you. Thank you. So we'll say good night. And we'll see you all soon, guys. Bye-bye for now.